Why are humans the only animal ashamed of being naked? Right now, somewhere in the world, a tiger is walking through the jungle completely naked. A horse is standing in an open field with no concern about how its body looks. A chimpanzee, your closest evolutionary relative, is climbing through the trees without ever wondering if somebody is secretly judging it. And then there's you. You close the bathroom door even when nobody is around. You change clothes as quickly as possible. You've probably looked at your own body in the mirror and felt uncomfortable for reasons you couldn't fully explain. Not injured, not unsafe, just exposed. No other animal on Earth experiences shame about being naked. So why do humans? Where did that feeling come from? Because the strange truth is this. For most of human history, people lived with far less clothing than we do today. Early humans existed for thousands of years without modern ideas of modesty, and there's very little evidence they experienced body shame the way modern humans do. Anthropologists studying isolated tribes in places like the Amazon and Papua New Guinea noticed something fascinating. In many of these communities, nudity wasn't automatically embarrassing or sexual. It was normal. The human body was treated the same way animals treat it now, as something natural. So something changed. And the answer begins with one ability that transformed human psychology forever: self-awareness. In 1970, psychologist Gordon Gallup Jr. performed a famous experiment using mirrors and chimpanzees. At first, the chimps reacted like most animals do. They thought the reflection was another animal. But after some time, something incredible happened. The chimpanzees realized they were looking at themselves. They began using the mirror to inspect their own faces and bodies. They touched marks on their skin. They recognized their own existence. Humans have this ability too. And at first, self-awareness sounds like a gift. It allows empathy, intelligence, imagination, civilization itself. But it also creates a dangerous new ability: the ability to judge yourself from the outside. Animals experience exposure. Humans experience observation. That's the difference. A lion standing naked in a field is simply existing, but a human being naked often feels psychologically watched, even when nobody is there. Because your brain can imagine an audience. You can picture how other people might see you. You can criticize yourself through their imaginary eyes. No animal does this at the level humans do, and once civilization developed, that psychological weakness grew stronger and stronger. The first major shift was clothing. Humans originally wore clothes for survival, protection from cold weather, dangerous environments, and migration. But psychologically, clothing changed something important. The moment humans began covering certain parts of the body, those parts became emotionally charged. What is hidden becomes sensitive. What is sensitive can become shameful. Nakedness stopped being neutral. Then civilization added another layer. Around 10,000 years ago, agriculture changed human society forever. Before farming, humans lived in small tribes where survival mattered more than appearance. Your body was valuable because it could help you walk, hunt, gather food, and stay alive. But agriculture created wealth. Wealth created social status. And status created comparison. For the first time in history, bodies became social signals. A strong body meant power. A healthy body meant value. An attractive body meant higher status. And once people began comparing bodies, shame became almost unavoidable, because every comparison creates insecurity. Then, religion and culture intensified it even more. Across many civilizations, nakedness slowly became connected to ideas like temptation, weakness, and morality. Not because the human body changed, but because societies learned that shame is powerful. If people feel ashamed, they become easier to control. Shame follows people even when nobody else is around. Psychologist June Price Tangney spent years studying the difference between guilt and shame, and what she discovered was important. Guilt says, I did something bad, but shame says, there's something bad about me. That distinction changes everything, because guilt attacks actions, shame attacks identity, and when shame becomes attached to the human body, people start feeling uncomfortable with their own existence. Now add modern technology to all of this. For most of human evolution, you compared yourself to maybe a few dozen people. Today, social media makes you compare yourself to millions. Perfect bodies, perfect skin, perfect photos, professionally edited appearances your brain processes as real. Your mind was never designed for endless comparison. It evolved for small tribes and human connection, not algorithms showing you the most attractive people on Earth every single day. And maybe that explains why so many people feel disconnected from their own bodies now. Because humans didn't just become self-aware. We became self-critical. The tiger in the jungle never learned to hate its own body. You did. Not because your body is wrong, but because human civilization slowly taught people to see nakedness through the eyes of judgment instead of nature. And once you understand that, something important changes. You realize shame is not built into the human body. It was built into the human mind. And if humans learned it, maybe humans can unlearn it too.